Queen out of the DMV. But I want to let you know this show is brought to you by Minky Cakes. If you are in the Atlanta area and you need those custom cakes and more for that special event, you can IG Minky Cakes Atlanta or use the text app order line at 678 690 9808. Also, on DJC TV, which is our television network on Roku and Fire Stick, you can catch right now our video show by my man Del Boyd. It's called Trauma Life Promotions Campaign Headquarters. You can check that out every Thursday. Every Thursday, there's a new episode, and he got great videos from artists from all over the world. That's on DJC TV on Fire Stick and Roku. Also, on our video channel, we have the one, the only Pamela Don with her miniseries, The Endangered Earthlings. She goes out in the wilderness in California. She lives off the grid. She shows us how to do a few things, and she has fun doing it. So that's The Endangered Earthlings. Also, a new show is uploaded every Thursday on DJC TV. Wanted to get those out the way. Plus, I want to thank my girl, Lady Miz and Ray from the ground up for this beautiful bonus t-shirt. See that right there? From the ground up. Lady Miz and Ray got a dope podcast. And I actually won this water bottle from the ground up water bottle. Thank you so much. It came in the mail. And I kind of gave her a guilt trip. I said, hey, my Lady Miz shirt is worn out. Do you guys have any more? So she sent me a bonus t-shirt. Thank you so much to Lady Miz and Ray from the ground up. All right. Without further ado, let's bring in my main man, my mellow, Dr. Poet, Danny Queen. He is on the phone, people. What's good, Danny?
Hey, brother. How are you?
I'm good in yourself. Welcome to the show, man.
Good to be here, brother. I mean, great show, man.
Thank you so
I've
much.
listened many times, and I certainly enjoy it, brother. Doing great things, man. Yes, you are. I mean, and I appreciate you, man, because I'm glad, and I appreciate the fact that you're there doing what you do, brother.
Yes.
Man.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Big shout out to K Swiss from the check-in. Big shout out to Johnny Jury Mowaka Crawford. Big shout out to you guys. Please share. We have Danny Poet Queen. He's live on the phone because he couldn't make the video tonight, but it's all good. And we are going to chop it up and have a ball. All right. So he is a poet, a real poet. I've been rocking with him for I think going on 3 years now. 3 years maybe.
Brother, at least 3 years.
Yeah. So his go ahead, Danny.
You know, speaking of poet songwriters, one person, many people come to mind, but one in particular, and that's my late brother Gil Scott Heron.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I'm from that school.
Got you.
Yeah, man. Gil was something else.
Yes, Living in the Bottle was one of his biggest hits, and the other, I definitely know Gil Scott Heron. I love his music. Okay, now listen though. So we're gonna get into your new single, Black Girls Rock, but you have many more, man. You got one of my favorites, like two of my favorites actually. Everything that you put out, I love. But you did it with Frida. What's her name? Frida.
Freedom.
Yeah,
Freedom.
And that was called "Do It for the Children."
Yes, Nasarama L.
Yes, and then you had Vaughn Paris. Heaven.
Yes, and Up Close and Personal.
Up Close and Personal, and
Only Heaven I Know. Yeah.
Oh yes, that song gives me goosebumps. So
wow.
So
appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, so now he's back, and he's from the DMV area, and we're going to be talking about Black Girls Rock. Tell us, when did you come up with this song, and what was your inspiration for it?
a few years ago, I wrote the song actually a few years ago. Then we started producing it last year. Actually, it started out as You Rock,
You
and
rock.
then
Okay.
yeah, it started out as You Rock. Then I kind of uh, transformed, if you will, into Black Girls Rock. Cause I mean, I was working at the piano and just, playing with some ideas, and it just kind of came on me.
Nice.
I wrote the lyric and about 3 o'clock in the morning, and then it started to take on. All times I say that creativity has a mind of its own, and that's
Yes.
kind of what happened.
Nice.
Creativity just took over and went another direction. And really, I guess if you talk to some writers and creative people, a lot of times they would probably tell you that creativity kind of does have a mind of its own when you sit down to write.
Yes.
Especially something about late at night, man, early in the morning.
Yes, it
When
is.
it's
Yes.
quiet,
Yeah.
and everybody's asleep. Because I've always been a night person,
Yeah. No
and then stuff come
distractions.
down on you.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
man. Then
Yeah.
I write with a little music in the background, soft
Yeah.
music that I can write to, whether it's a little jazz or a little classical, and then this come down on you, man.
Got you.
Uh,
Um,
but I also write in seclusion as well.
okay. Well, I just want to take
Mhm.
time and just thank everybody that's in the chat room. Big shout out to my man Mark Durrett. Thank you for joining. He has Jersey and Things Clothing LLC. Everybody check that out. It's share, share, share. Big shout out to my boy Cobra Immortal. Very, very humble, nice guy. He also has some great music. Today we have Poet Danny Queen out of the DMV area, and we're chopping it up right now. So you said that in the wee hours of the night, that's when you
Yeah.
get your inspiration to write,
Hmm.
and that all makes sense. Because
Hmm.
there are no distractions, no outside noise. It's just you
Yes.
doing like what you do. Um,
Mhm.
what
There's a
was
certain there's a
when?
certain quietness.
Yeah,
Mhm.
certain quietness. When did you start writing poems? Because that
Oh.
seems to be like a lost art, kind of.
Yeah. Actually, I started writing when I was a kid, like 6 or 7 years old.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is, years later, when I was a teenager, I used to go door to door, selling poetry. And, during that
What?
time, it's a different time.
Yeah, yeah,
You could do that, and it was safe because based in the neighborhood where I lived, everybody knew everybody. And
yeah,
kids would be like, "Man, he crazy. He go on say anybody buying that mess." Other kids would say
yeah.
that. So it started out like that, but I was always the person that read a lot. As a kid, my
Yeah.
parents used to, read to me. Older sisters, I
Oh,
had seven
nice,
sisters. They used
nice.
to read to me all the time, and so I developed this great love of reading,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
reading and words. So as a child, it always came to be, I would listen to music on the radio, particularly at that time, a lot of Motown when I was a
Yes,
kid,
yeah,
and I was influenced by all of that, man.
yeah. So
Great
how do
songs.
how do you feel currently? That's a great point that you just brought up about like Motown and back in those days.
Hmm.
That's when people were really writing from the heart. How do you
Yes.
how do you feel about the current songs uh vocals? Do you think that they can compare with what we used to write?
Well, there's some great music out now, but I often tell the young people, I would say, ain't no school like old school, and they would. Well, I mean, I can appreciate it all. It's just that the vibe is different. It's a
Yeah.
different vibe. It's a different time. But I grew up during a time when there was always a message in the music. There was always a deep, heartfelt message in the music,
Yes.
and I want to see that come back. Where that's not to say we shouldn't have, of course, a variety of all kinds of music
Yes.
and artists saying all kinds of things. But I want to get to where we can have a deeper social consciousness in the music,
Yes.
and that's I've always grew up writing songs and poetry that had that sense of a social consciousness in the
Yes.
music.
Yeah. Um, I had a reggae artist on last night, and
Mhm.
those guys are still doing it. I'm sorry.
Wow.
They are
Yeah,
still
yeah,
writing
the reggae
about
music. Yeah.
politics. They're still writing about current
Hmm.
events, and they're just not
Yes.
jumping up and talking about music, booties, and sex. You know what I mean? So
Yes. Exactly.
they do have dance hall, but even in
Hmm.
some dance hall, they become political. But yeah, I just wish people like And I say this almost every interview, but I know he has such a beautiful voice that I used to hear before. I just wish Chris Brown could just write a
Yeah,
song and just sing it, not just a little bit of
yeah.
harmonies. I mean, sing his
Hmm.
ass off like he used to do. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's
That boy can sing, man. I ain't heard
that
much from him lately.
that
That boy,
no
he's awesome,
no
man.
no. He is making music, but you wouldn't know he's
Yeah.
a singer. It's just it's
Wow.
it's like mediocre. He's not really doing much. So
Wow.
like I wish he
That's
would
a
give.
shame, man. The brother's a heck of a performer,
Tell me about it. All right, cool. So
man.
we have poet Danny Queen. How did you get the name Poet Danny Queen, brother? Well, I know the poet
Yeah.
part, but
Well, people gave it to me. You
okay.
know, I did give it to myself. But as a young person coming up, people would always say, "Yeah, you're a poet." You know, my grandmother was looking, and I was like, I really was young. I didn't really know what a poet was. I didn't think of it as poetry when you're really young, you know.
Yeah.
And so people started saying, "Yeah, you're a poet." So I just put it together, and I just put the poet in front of the dandy. But I have a great friend who go to a church that I attended,
Okay.
and he used to always call me, and still call me, poet minister.
Oh,
And I'm like, why am I the poet minister? And he would say, brother, because you teach through what you write.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I never thought of it like that. But okay, I take it. You know, so he calls
Got
me the
you.
poet minister. And I've never heard that term before. So I said, okay, I'll throw that in the grab bag. It's cool.
So,
But I always try to teach through what I write.
got you. So to help us out, people that aren't in the poet world and don't know much
Hmm.
about poets and everything, give us a few names, if any, that are currently out that we should definitely look into as well as yourself.
Hmm. Well, I spent times, going to some of the clubs where they do poetry and stuff, but I haven't been lately because
Okay.
I've been working on projects. But I would dare say that there's some great poets out there, man. I hear a lot of them online. I've seen a lot of them in some of the clubs that I've been. Like here in this area, we have busboys and poets, and I haven't been for about a year and a half. But there's a lot of young people, and not just young people, a lot of poets out there that's kicking it. And
Yeah.
I, can't give any specific names right now.
Okay.
Uh, but I would say there's a young sister here in the DMV who is uh, the lawyer for this area, and her name is Sister Joy Alford, and she's doing great things with the poetry community, and
Nice.
had been for the last 4 years. And so there's a lot of opportunities that are opening up and for poets. I mean, I think that's happening all over the country. Poetry, it seems like it goes in cycles,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
and things come around. Because in the '60s, when I was a little kid, people I used to hear the poets and stuff. As a kid, I heard Nick Giovanni. I heard the last poets. I heard all of that, man. All that had a great influence on me as well. So
Yes.
poetry is always there, and I always encourage people to go out and support programs where there is poetry
Yeah.
all the time because it's happening, man. Philly, like D.C., Virginia, there are places where they go specifically to hear poets, and
Got you.
it brings me to a movie that I saw some time ago where they were featuring poets. Love Jones was one of them comes
Oh,
to mind.
okay.
So
Love Jones.
there are things that happen.
Nice.
Hmm.
So you say your area. What is your area? It's the DMV, right?
Yes, that's Maryland, D.C., and Virginia.
Big shout out to the DMV
Hmm.
area. There's much talent out there, man. I got to go out there with that Project Uni. Got to get that going. Hopefully in February or March, whatever. But
Hmm.
so tell us about your latest project called Black Girls Rock, and why do you spell it the way you spell it?
I spelled it the way I spelled it because it was different, and I wanted to draw attention to it
Okay.
um, phonetically. So I wanted to make it different, and because I could have just spelled it very straight.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
but being a poet, I play with the language a lot of times, and so that's exactly what I was doing in this case here. Black Girls Rock. I love the title. I also love the show that sometimes comes on. I was influenced by a lot of different things.
Okay.
Well, for one, I wanted to pay tribute to sisters. For
Yes.
one, as a poet, and selling my work, my books, my best customers have always been sisters, man.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know why. It's just always been that way. That's not to say the brothers don't buy. They buy Mother's Day, they
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, but the sisters buy all the time,
You
And
you know
so,
females are deeper than us males. They take time, they read, they absorb.
yes,
We just I
hmm
don't know, we just
yeah, brothers,
different creatures. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it's a different vibe.
so that's good, man. And even though you wrote Black Girls Rock, this is an inspiration to all women across the globe, right?
Yes, it is.
Got you, got you.
It is. But
Uh
let me say this:
huh.
in the production of Black Girls Rock, man, it was really interesting because we were experimenting in the studio with different voices and we just came up with some very unique things. My producer, let me give a shout out to him, Rashad Young,
Big shout to
for
Rashad.
being the master engineer and
Nice.
producer that he is, working on this project. But we tried on different systems on the project at different times, and then we had some that that worked, and like it's like anything, it's like chemistry. You
Yes.
try something that work. If it don't work, you don't feel it. You don't go with it. You go with something else. So in the studio, we were very creative, man. And I started on this song. Oh God, like early last year, late 2019, into 2020, and we've been working on it all the time. And so we're just coming out with it. So I'm looking forward to some good things happening. In fact, I'm reaching for black gold, brother. You know,
Got you.
really, yeah.
Got you. Well, this
So,
song can be everywhere. Like the guy that I interviewed last night,
mhm,
he has a song called uh
mhm,
Black Lives Matter, and that song could be everywhere. Meaning it could not just be on the radio, it could be in
mhm,
movies, it could be the backdrop for like commercials, it could be
mhm,
played on TikTok where people are doing things. So
mm.
I just want you to make sure everybody gets to hear this. And
I'm trying to,
and
brother. I'm trying to push it.
and DJC Radio Global, we are going to do our part in helping you. So, do you have any poetry for us to hear after we hear the song?
Yeah. Yes,
Oh,
I will. After we hear the song, I'll read Chocolate Rainbow, Shades of Black.
something live? That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Right here on DJC Radio Global, people. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. This is your boy DJC Radio Global. We have my man, poet Danny Queen. He is out of the DMV area, and he is on the phone with us, chopping it up tonight. And we're gonna get to his song. It's called Black Girls Rock. But I ask you guys that are on this live that can hear me, no matter how, either on YouTube, on the website, on Facebook, can you please just share the link? That's all I ask for you. This is Danny Poet Queen, written by Danny Poet Queen, music done by Danny Poet Queen, produced by Rashad Young, vocals by Lauren White, and the rap is by NY, right here on DJC Radio Global. Keep it locked.
All my girls, yeah, you rock. Sisters, you rock. Black girls rock. Black girls rock. Black girls rock. So rock on with your bad self. You do so much so well. You can rock with finesse, with more character and class than any soul can possess. You don't who you are at heart can't begin to be put on the shelf. Mother love of all creation, rock on with your bad self, rock on with your bad self, baby. You rock, sisters, you rock, black girls rock, black girls rock, black girls rock. So rock on with your bad self, lady. You rock, sisters, you rock, black girls rock, black girls rock, black girls rock. So rock on with your bad self. I ain't gotta tell you that black girls rock. Ain't knowledge around the clock, reaching goals is non-stop. We grinding to get it, we doing this every day. No matter the circumstances, won't let it get in the way. They say we got style and grace, worthy the minute. My girls making history during the pandemic. Perseverance, put a smile on your face. Don't show no shame, we will forever rock. Always changing the game. You do what you do, like ain't nothing to it. Your cool confidence got you rocking through it. Yeah. You got what it takes. Ain't no way you can stop doing the you got you rocking. Yeah. From the bottom to the top. Ooh, ooh, you are at heart. Can't begin to be put on the shelf. Mother love of all creation. Rock on with your bad self. Rock on with your bad self. Baby, yeah. Mother love of all creation. Rock on with your bad self. Oh, my black sister, rock, yeah. So rock your bad self. Lady, you rock. Sisters, you rock. Black girls rock. Black girls rock. Black girls, yeah. So black girl rock. Your bad self. Black girl rock. Black girl rock. Black girl rock, yeah. Rock, yeah. Rock, go, hey. Rock, yeah. Rock, go. Rock, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rock, yeah. Rock, go. You rock, yeah. You rock, yeah.
Right there, that right there was written by Danny Poet Queen, produced by Rashad Young, vocals Lauren White, rap is by NY, and that's called Black Girls Rock. Up in here. Oh man, absolute
Thank you,
moment.
piece I wrote in 2012.
Poet Danny
Yeah.
Queen just blessed us with some live poetry, and I just wanted to go like this.
Wow. Thank you, bro.
Right here on DJC Radio Global. I absolutely
Mhm.
love it.
Mhm.
Tell the world how they can get in touch with the one and only poet Danny Queen.
Well, I can be reached at my website, poetdannyqueen.com. Of course, 202-251-7743. I'm on Instagram, of course, at Poet Danny Queen, and of course on Facebook. YouTube at Poet Danny Queen. So I thank you, brother. Thank you so much
Beautiful,
for the
beautiful.
opportunity.
No problem, man. And I'm going to end the show with your song by Vaughn Paris, The Only Heaven I Know. Okay?
Oh, wow. Love it, brother. Thank you so
Love
much.
it, love
Thank you for the opportunity. Black Girls Rock forever.
Poet Danny Queen. Talk to you soon, brother. God bless.
Peace, my brother.
Peace. Oh, man. I absolutely love it. Happy Thursday, people. Let's go.
I may never get to heaven feeling the way that I do. The only heaven I know is wrapped up in you. The only heaven I know, the only heaven I know is wrapped up in you. Is wrapped up in you. Angels on my shoulder, the only heaven I know, oh, is wrapped up in you. The only heaven I know, love me from head to toe. Angels on my shoulder, the only heaven I know is wrapped up in you. Is wrapped up in you. Oh, yeah. If heaven on earth is another name for love, I found an angel sent down from above in you. I may never get to heaven feeling the way that I do. The only heaven I know, the only heaven I know, angels on my shoulder, love me from head to toe. The only heaven I know, ooh, the only heaven I know. Guardian angel of love, from heaven on high. Paradise is not a place beyond the sky. Your love is heaven sent, special delivery from above. The only heaven I know, the only heaven I know is wrapped up in you. It's wrapped up in you. I love you, baby. There's no one in this world that can do the things that you do. Oh, girl, I need you. Ooh, heaven I know, the only heaven I know, the only heaven I know is wrapped up in you.
Yes, that right there was written by the one Poet Danny Queen, and that is The Only Heaven I Know, performed by Vaughn Paris. Guys, hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're going to get out of here. It was just a quick show. I wanted you guys to hear about poet Danny Queen and his new project called Black Girls Rock. And I played The Only Heaven I Know that he wrote also. Please follow Poet Danny Queen. That's a unique name. So just Google Poet Danny Queen and make sure you let him know that you heard about him right here on DJC Radio Global. Big shout out to my man Jay Smooth, John Hall out there in the D. Thanks for checking in. Guys, this show is going to go into rotation, and you can catch all of the shows, the recorded shows, on our DJC TV on Roku and Fire Stick, and at our radio station, www.thedjciscoradioshow.com. Just scroll down. We have the television player playing right there. God bless. Talk to you guys soon. Big round of applause once again to my man, Poet Danny Queen, right here on DJC Radio Global. Keep it locked, people.